Morning students, this session I am going to explain some problems on sequences and about the limit of the sequence, limit point of the sequence, and theorems related to limit point of the sequence. There are so many important theorems here. First we will see one problem. Sn is equal to 1 plus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial plus and so on plus 1 by n factorial is convergent. Is convergent. We have to prove this. Sequence is convergent. In the same way, already in the last class we discussed about how to prove the given problem is convergent or not. For that, whether it is increased sequence and bounded above, or it is decreased sequence bounded below, we say that the sequence is convergent. Now we test whether the sequence is increasing or decreasing, and it is bounded above or bounded below. For that, Sn plus 1 is equal to, this is the value of Sn. Let Sn is equal to 1 plus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial plus and so on plus 1 by n factorial. From this we calculate Sn plus 1, that is equal to 1 plus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial plus and so on plus 1 by n factorial plus 1 by n plus 1 factorial. Okay, now take the difference. The difference is Sn plus 1 minus Sn. That is equal to up to 1 by n factorial, both the terms will be cancelled. The remaining is 1 by n plus 1 factorial, but which is greater than 0 for all n belongs to Z plus. That is Sn plus 1 minus Sn is greater than 0 for all n belongs to Z plus. Sn plus 1 minus Sn is greater than 0 for all n belongs to Z plus means Sn plus 1 is greater than Sn for all n belongs to Z plus. Sn plus 1 is greater than Sn. That implies nothing but Sn is less than Sn plus 1 for all n belongs to Z plus. Means the sequence Sn is, we say that sequence Sn is increasing sequence. The sequence Sn is increasing sequence. Now still we have verified that whether the sequence is increasing or decreasing. For that, whether it is bounded below or bounded above. To verify that, consider Sn. Sn is equal to 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1 by 2 can be written as 1 into 3 plus and so on plus 1 by 1 into 2 into 3 and so on n. This is less than or equal to 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 into 2 plus and so on 1 by 2 into 2 into 2 and so on n times. That is less than or equal to, as per the geometric progression we can write 1 into 1 minus 1 by 2 power n by 1 minus 1 by 2. That is less than 3. Means Sn is less than 3 for all n belongs to Z plus. Means it is 3 is bounded above. Means the sequence Sn is bounded above. It is increasing sequence and it is bounded above. So from that, if it is increasing sequence and bounded above, we say that the sequence is convergent. Similarly, in the same way, we will see another problem. That is, test whether the sequence is convergent or not. Convergent or not. Take that example, that is Sn is equal to 1 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 square plus and so on plus 1 by 3 power n. This is the sequence. Test whether this sequence is convergent or not. For that we verify whether it is increasing or decreasing. So that Sn plus 1 is equal to 1 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 square plus and so on 1 by 3 power n plus 1 by 3 power n plus 1. After taking reference, Sn plus 1 minus Sn is equal to 1 by 3 power n plus 1, but it is always greater than 0 for all n belongs to Z plus. Means Sn plus 1 minus Sn is greater than 0 for all n belongs to Z plus. For all n belongs to Z plus. Sn plus 1 minus Sn is greater than 0 is nothing but Sn plus 1 is greater than Sn for all n belongs to Z Sn plus 1 is greater than Sn is nothing but by writing this one Sn is less than Sn plus 1 for all n belongs to Z plus. Means the sequence is increasing sequence. The sequence is Sn is increasing sequence. It is increasing sequence. And also Sn is equal to 1 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 square plus and so on plus 1 by 3 power n. It is also the geometric progression. As per the 10th term, we can write 1 into 1 minus 1 by 3 power n plus 1 by 1 minus 3. This value is less than or equal to 3 by 2. By simplifying, you will get the value is 3 by 2. And Sn is less than or equal to 3 by 2. Means 3 by 2 is a bounded above. The sequence is increasing sequence and Sn is less than or equal to 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is bounded above. Sn is bounded above by 3 by 2. So sequence is increasing and bounded above. We say that the sequence is convergent. So from these two examples, we tested whether the sequence is convergent or not. For that, first we verified the sequence is increasing and bounded above. If any sequence increasing and bounded above, the sequence is convergent. So now let us go for another topic, that is limit point of a sequence. Limit point of a sequence. This is another definition. This is limit point of a sequence. Limit point of a sequence. I am taking any number L. L is any real number. This number is said to be limit point of the sequence Sn. The sequence is Sn. I am supposing L is a real number. This point is said to be limit point of the sequence Sn. When we say that this is a limit point of the sequence Sn, means inferior neighborhood of L. Neighborhood of L contains infinite number of many terms of the sequence Sn. If the inferior neighborhood of L contains infinite number of points of the sequence Sn, in such case we say that L is said to be the limit point of the sequence Sn. For example, limit of the sequence need not be a term of the sequence Sn. అంటే L అనేది సీక్వెన్స్ లో టర్మ్ అయి ఉండొచ్చు అవ్వకపోయినా పర్వాలేదు. అంటే L అనేది లిమిట్ పాయింట్ అయినంత మాత్రం ఆ సీక్వెన్స్ Sn లో టర్మ్ కావాల్సిన లేదు. దట్ మీన్స్ if L is a limit of the sequence, L need not be term of the sequence Sn. For example, I am taking Sn is equal to suppose 1 by. What is the limit point of the sequence? By applying limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to limit n tends to infinity 1 by n. But substituting the values what? 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity is nothing but 0. So 0 is the limit of the sequence. Sn is equal to 1 by n. For example, Sn is equal to minus 1 whole power n. It is another sequence. For n is equal to 1, we got minus 1 whole power 1. What is the value? 1. Minus 1. S2 is equal to 1. S3 is equal to minus 1. S4 is equal to 1. Means this sequence has two limit points. What are the limit point? One is minus 1, another one is 1. I am taking Sn is equal to another example here. This sequence has no limit point. So we saw three examples. Sn is equal to 1 by n. It has a limit point 0. The sequence Sn is equal to minus 1 whole power n. It is oscillating minus 1 and plus 1. Minus 1 and plus 1 are said to be limit point of the sequence Sn. Sn is equal to n or n square or n cube. It has no limit point. See one theorem related to this. Related to this limit point. For example, the theorem statement is the limit point. If suppose that if L is limit point of range of the sequence Sn, then L is limit point of the sequence Sn. If L is the limit point of the range of the sequence, then L is also limit point of the sequence Sn. Suppose let sequence Sn is a sequence. I am supposing sequence Sn is a sequence. Let S is equal to range of sequence Sn. S is equal to range of the sequence Sn. Means let L is limit point of the sequence Sn. limit point of the limit point of the set S. Sn is a sequence. Range of the sequence is S. Let L is the limit point of the set S. Means every neighborhood of L is containing infinite number of elements of S. That means L containing every neighborhood of L containing infinite number of elements of S. But all the elements of S are terms of the sequence S. Means L containing infinite number of infinite number of terms of sequence Sn. Means L is limit point of the sequence Sn. Means if L is the limit point of the range of the sequence, then the same L is limit point of the sequence Sn. Right? This is the theorem. We will see another theorem. Again, it is related to limit point. The set of all limit points of the bounded sequence. The set of all limit points of bounded sequence. Bounded sequence is convergent. Is bounded. The set of all limit points of a bounded sequence is bounded. The set of all limit points of bounded sequence is bounded. I am supposing that a sequence Sn is bounded sequence. Whenever it is a bounded sequence, when we say that the sequence is said to be bounded, if it has lower limit and upper limit, that means infimum and supremum. So that whenever it is bounded, there exists k1 comma k2 belongs to R, such that k1 is less than or equal to Sn is less than or equal to k2 for all n belongs to Z+. Because the sequence Sn is bounded, I'm supposing that L is let L is limit point of the sequence Sn. Let L is the limit point of the sequence Sn. Then Sn does not belongs to minus infinity comma k1, or Sn does not belongs to k2 comma infinity, and L belongs to R and L belongs to minus infinity comma k1 union in k2 comma infinity is not a limit point of the sequence Sn. Means L belongs to R and L belongs to k1 comma k2. Whenever this L belongs to k1 comma k2 is nothing but the set of all limit points of the sequence is bounded. So this is a theorem. Like that, some other theorems we will discuss again. Students, let us see some other definition related to this bounded sequence, that is lower limit and upper limit of the bounded sequence. See that one. Suppose sequence Sn is a bounded sequence. And whenever it is bounded, then it has least value and greatest value. The least value, whatever the least value of the sequence Sn is there, that least value of the sequence Sn is said to be lower bound or limit interior, and it is denoted by limit n tends to infinity Sn or limit infimum of Sn. This is limit infimum of Sn. This is called lower bound of the bounded sequence, or limit bar n tends to infinity Sn or limit infimum of Sn, which is called lower limit of the bounded sequence. In the same way, the greatest value of the sequence Sn is said to be limit to supremum, that is upper bound, and it is denoted by limit n tends to infinity Sn or limit to supremum of Sn. Limit supremum of Sn, limit infimum of Sn. This is upper bound of the bounded sequence. It is lower bound of the lower bound of the bounded sequence Sn. Now let us see one example how to write limit infimum and limit supremum. And is there any relation between limit infimum of Sn and limit supremum of Sn? There is a relation among these two. That is limit supremum Sn is greater than limit infimum of Sn. Limit supremum of Sn is always greater than limit infimum of Sn. Is nothing but what? Limit infimum of Sn is less than limit supremum of Sn. Now see that is one example. Let us discuss about this one example. Like I am taking one example about this limit infimum and limit supremum. Let Sn is equal to sin n pi by 2. Let Sn is equal to sin n pi by 2. S1 is equal to what is the value of S1? Means put n is equal to 1. By putting n is equal to 1, we will get sin pi by 2. Sin pi by 2 value 1. S2 is equal to n value 2. Put it will be against sin pi value 0. And S3 is equal to again we will get minus 1. And so on. The same values will be repeated by taking any value for n, either 1 or 0 or minus 1. So in this is the sequence Sn is bounded because the value 0 minus 1 is less than or equal to Sn is less than or equal to 1. Means the sequence Sn is lies in between minus 1 and plus 1. And this minus 1 is a lower bound and it is also called, that is the least value. The least value minus 1 is called limit infimum of Sn is equal to minus 1. In the same way, limit supremum of Sn is equal to 1. Is it clear? Sn value is rising between minus 1 and plus 1. This is the least value. That least value is said to be limit infimum of Sn. One is greatest value of the sequence and the greatest value is known as limit supremum of Sn. And what is the relation between these two? Limit infimum of Sn is less than limit supremum of Sn. That is limit supremum of Sn greater than limit infimum of Sn. This is a way to calculate limit infimum and limit supremum. Now let us see one theorem related to this limit infimum and limit supremum. For example, a sequence Sn is convergent. The sequence Sn is convergent if and only it is bounded. It is bounded and has only one limit point. If the sequence Sn is convergent and if and only it is bounded and it has only one limit point. We will see how to prove this theorem. For example, in the proof we see suppose the sequence Sn is convergent. It is convergent. We prove that the sequence is bounded. But already we know that every convergent sequence is bounded. Directly we can write that implies sequence Sn is bounded. It is bounded. Now we show that it has only one limit point. This sequence has only one limit point. Since this sequence Sn is convergent, it is convergent. Convergent means I am supposing sequence n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to L. Here L is the limit point of the sequence Sn. Because already we know that the sequence is convergent. I am supposing this is convergent to L. Now we prove that L is now we show that L is only one limit point of the sequence Sn. But I am supposing, if possible, I am supposing L dash be another limit point of the sequence Sn. Now we show that finally we get some maybe combination like that. Now, what is the relation between L and L dash? Like epsilon is equal to 1 by 3 L minus L dash, that is greater than 0. I am choosing that is the epsilon value. Since this is convergent, then we can write for a given epsilon is greater than 0. There is this term belongs to vector such that modulus of Sn minus L is less than epsilon. Now, this Sn belongs to Now Sn belongs to L minus epsilon comma L plus epsilon. Similarly, Sn belongs to L dash minus epsilon L dash plus epsilon. Whenever limit n tends to Sn is equal to L, for epsilon is greater than 0, Sn belongs to L minus epsilon L plus epsilon. In the same way, Sn is also belongs to L dash minus epsilon comma L dash plus epsilon. In that case, L dash is not a limit point, so that L is the only one limit point. Okay, so conversely, suppose that if the sequence Sn is bounded, we prove that, and it has a unique limit, that means only one limit, we show that the sequence Sn is convergent. So whenever it is bounded, the sequence is bounded as per the definition. It has infimum and as well as supremum also. It has infimum and supremum. Suppose conversely, suppose that sequence Sn is bounded and has unique limit point. So now we show that the sequence we prove that sequence Sn is bounded. The sequence Sn is convergent. Since Sn, what is sequence bounded? Bounded means it has infimum value as well as supreme value. Now let M1 comma M2 comma and so on Mb are the finite number of terms outside that L minus epsilon comma L plus epsilon. These are the finite number of points outside that of interval L minus epsilon comma L plus epsilon. Means Sn belongs to L minus epsilon comma L plus epsilon. That implies modulus of Sn minus L is less than epsilon. From this relation, for all n belongs to Z place, we say that the sequence Sn is convergent. So like that we have proved this theorem. What is the statement of the sequence Sn is convergent? If and only it is bounded and has only one limit point. Okay. Now we will see some other theorem statements and the problems related to those theorems, like Cauchy's first theorem, Cauchy's second theorem, like that. The theorems on limits. See what the theorem statements. I will write now. See the statement Cauchy's first theorem on limits. First one is Cauchy's first theorem on limits. What is the statement of this theorem? Cauchy's first theorem. If limit Sn is equal to L, then limit S1 plus S2 plus and so on plus Sn by n is also equal to n. This is a statement of Cauchy's first theorem on limits. What is the statement? If limit Sn is equal to n, then limit S1 plus S2 plus and so on plus Sn by n is also n. This is a Cauchy's first theorem on limits. So we will see one problem related to this. Prove that limit n tends to infinity 1 by n into 1 plus 2 power 1 by 2 plus 3 power 1 by 3 plus and so on plus n power 1 by n is equal to 1. So we have to show that this limit value is 1. Actually, this problem can be solved by using Cauchy's first theorem on limits. What is the statement of Cauchy's theorem? Cauchy's first theorem on limits. If limit Sn is equal to L, then limit S1 plus S2 plus and so on Sn by n is equal to L. So now usually take in the solution. The given problem is what LHS is equal to limit n tends to infinity 1 by n into 1 plus 2 power 1 by 2 plus 3 power 1 by 3 plus and so on plus n power 1 by n. So in this case I am supposing let Sn is equal to n power 1 by n. What is Sn? I am taking the last term n power 1 by n. Then apply the limit on both sides. By applying limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to limit n tends to infinity n power 1 by n. But already we know that this value is 1. Limit n tends to Sn is equal to we got. since limit n tends to infinity n power 1 by n is equal to 1. Now, if it is 1 by Cauchy's theorem, Cauchy's first theorem on limits we have limit n tends to infinity s1 plus s2 plus and so on plus sn by n is equal to, according to the theorem, if limit n tends to infinity sn is equal to we got that value 1, then by Cauchy's first theorem on limits this value is also equal to 1. This is 1. Okay, is it clear? So this is the problem related to this Cauchy's first theorem on limits. Now see, let us another theorem, another note point or theorem, whatever it is. The second one is, if Sn is greater than 0, this is first one. Second one is, if Sn is greater than 0 and limit Sn is equal to L, Sn is equal to L, then limit S1 into S2 into and so on Sn whole power 1 by L is equal to L. And similarly, Cauchy's second theorem on limits. That is, if sequence Sn is a sequence and Sn is greater than 0 for all n belongs to Z plus and limit Sn plus 1 by Sn is equal to L, then limit nth root of Sn is also equal to L. This is another theorem. See, if Sn is greater than 0, Sn is greater than 0 is nothing but what? It is a positive terms, means positive sequence. And limit Sn is equal to L, then limit S1 into S2 into and so on Sn whole power 1 by n is equal to what is the value? L. Cauchy's second theorem on limits. If sequence Sn is a sequence and Sn is greater than 0, means all the terms are positive for all n belongs to that place. And if limit Sn plus 1 by Sn is equal to L, then limit nth root of Sn is also equal to L. This is Cauchy's second theorem on limits. Now we will see some problems related to this. Now prove that limit n tends to infinity x power n by n factorial is equal to 0. So Sn is greater than 0, Sn plus 1 by Sn. First of all, you suppose let Sn is equal to, I am taking Sn is equal to x power n by n factorial. Already here given x greater than 0. Whenever this x is greater than 0 and n is also positive, so clearly the sequence Sn is greater than 0. So completely this is greater than 0. And what about Sn plus 1? Replacing n by n plus 1, that is x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 factorial. Okay. Now calculate that. Take the difference, that is means substitute that Sn plus 1 by Sn is equal to, simplify that x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 factorial into Sn value is n factorial by x power n. By simplifying this value, this x power n plus 1 can be written as x power n into x by n plus 1 into n factorial, and this is n factorial by x power n, both will be cancelled, and n factorial will be cancelled. X by n plus 1. This is the value of Sn plus 1 by Sn. Then apply the limit. By applying limit, by taking limit on both sides, limit n tends to infinity Sn plus 1 by Sn is equal to limit n tends to infinity x by n plus 1. Here x is constant, you write x into limit n tends to infinity 1 by n plus 1. So as n tends to infinity, this entire term value is 0. That is x into 0, that is equal to 0. So therefore, whenever limit n tends to infinity Sn plus 1 by Sn is equal to 0, by Cauchy's second theorem on limits, our limit n tends to infinity x power n by n factorial is also equal to 0. So limit n tends to infinity x power n by n factorial is equal to 0. This is a problem. So like that we discuss some other problems related to this Cauchy's first theorem on limits, Cauchy's second theorem on limits. Shall we see another problem? That is prove that, see the next problem, prove that limit n tends to infinity 1 by root of 2n square plus 1 plus 1 by root of 2n square plus 2 plus and so on plus 1 by root of 2n square plus n is equal to 1 by root 2. This value is 1 by 2. We prove this one by using Cauchy's theorem. Limit n tends to infinity 1 by root of 2n square plus 1 plus 1 by root of 2n square plus 2 plus and so on 1 by root of 2n square plus n. We show that the value is equal to 1 by root 2 for 1 less than or equal to n less than or equal to n. Consider 2n square plus 1 is less than or equal to 2n square plus 2 less than or equal to 2n square plus n. By applying root, the same value, root of 2n square plus 1 less than or equal to root of 2n square plus 2 less than or equal to root of 2n square plus n. Means by taking its reciprocal, 1 by root of 2n square plus 1 greater than or equal to 1 by root of 2n square plus 2 greater than or equal to 1 by root of 2n square plus n. That is, now this is m actually, 2m square, the value is 2n square plus m. This is m. Put m is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on to n and adding all this, it implies that m by root of 2n square s1 greater than or equal to, by adding all the term, this term becomes Sm is greater than or equal to, this is n by root of 2n square plus n. Now in this, by taking n square as a common, n by it becomes n into root of 2 plus 1 by n square is greater than or equal to Sn greater than or equal to n by n square by taking as common root of 2 plus 1 by n. N by n will be cancelled, not n square, this is n will be cancelled. So we got the value is, so apply the limit on one relation. Limit n tends to infinity 1 by root of 2 plus 1 by n square greater than or equal to limit Sn is greater than or equal to limit n tends to infinity 1 by root of 2 plus 1 by n. This value is 0. We have only 1 by root 2 greater than or equal to limit Sn greater than or equal to 1 by root 2. So therefore, limit Sn is equal to 1 by root 2. Because any value is equal to the same value. For example, minus 1 is less than or equal to Sn is less than 1 is greater than or equal to Sn is greater than or equal to 1 means Sn is equal to 1. So similarly, limit Sn value Sn between 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 is nothing but limit Sn is equal to 1 by root 2. Students, we will see another problem. This by using this theorem, Cauchy's theorem. Prove that limit n tends to infinity 1 by n factorial whole power 1 by n is equal to 0. So this is that is actually the values let Sn is equal to 1 by n factorial. From this Sn plus 1 is equal to 1 by n plus 1 factorial. Take reverse, that is Sn plus 1 by Sn is equal to n factorial by n plus 1 factorial. That is equal to, how to write this? N factorial by n plus 1 into n factorial n factorial will be cancelled. That is equal to 1 by n plus 1. Apply the limit n tends to infinity. Sn plus 1 by Sn is equal to limit n tends to infinity 1 by n plus 1. What is the value? 0. Whenever it is 0, by Cauchy's theorem on limits, second Cauchy's theorem on limits, limit n tends to infinity 1 by n factorial 1 power n is equal to 0. So these are the theorems related to Cauchy's first theorem on limits, Cauchy's second theorem on limits. In the next class we will see other problems. Thank you.